my name is Nicola and I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, it's lovely to have you, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back and spending some time with me today. So today it's not going to be a long video, but I just wanted to go through a little bit of my 2023 plans. You may or may not have seen this or heard about this in a previous video. I have talked about it, but I can't remember which video I did it on. I think it might have been my Stitch With Me. I can't remember. Anyway, what I plan to do next year is to work 500 stitches per day on one of my full coverage pieces, which are currently not like being prepared, is there? If you'd have seen my Flosstube, you'll have seen of these, all of them, because they usually come up regularly in my Flosstubes. So currently on full coverage I have got the Heaven and Earth Designs Maui Princess, the Tilton Crafts Realm of Middle Earth, Heaven and Earth Designs Envy by Marta Darlig, Heaven and Earth Design, Stitching Jewels Designs as Polar Bear and Cub, plus a Stitching Shelf Max Colour by Amy Stewart. That's another Heaven and Earth design. So I've got 5 that are on Pattern Keeper, plus I also have the Christmas Window, which is another full coverage piece. I have my Dimensions kit, which is Lakeside Village. That's 7. There's an 8th one. There's an 8th piece that I can't remember what it is. Oh yeah, Pandemic. That's another. It's not full coverage, but it's another work in progress that I'm taking through into 2023. Now, when I talked about these on my Flosstube, what I said is that this year I aim to do 1,000 stitches a day on full coverage, and to be fair, the vast majority of this year has been focused upon those full coverage pieces, and I do want to move away from that next year if I can. Not fully, because I do enjoy stitching the full coverage, and especially when I'm looking at the stitching shelf and seeing how it's coming out, it just spurs me on to do it, to stitch all the more on it. So what I thought I would do is, the plan is, there are 12 months in the year, and for 10 of those months I will do a new start on each of those months, and it's something that is a non-full coverage piece. Now I've got a whole I've got a pile of them here out of my stash. Some are full coverage, none of them are full coverage, but some are small and some are large. So what I'm going to do is, on the first of every month, I'm going to do one of the random wheel deciding things. I can't even remember what they're called, and I'll post a picture of what has been selected on my Instagram, which is linked in the description below. So for the months of January, February, March, April and May, and then July, August, September, October and November, with the 500 stitches a day on my full coverage, the rest of the day will then be dedicated to a new start, or the additional project of that month. Now you might be wondering why June and December don't have a new start in them, and what I decided was to avoid having a dozen unfinished projects at the end of the year. So I'd use those months to catch up and finish the rest of the project that I've not been able to finish during its nominated month. So say for example, if in February I start a piece in February and it's a large piece and I don't get it finished through February, I'll just set it aside until June, and then I'll pick it up in June and aim to finish it in that month. So June and December are finishing months. I'd hope that they're not going to get used very much, but we'll have to see. I also plan on adding into my rotation the New Year New Start from 2022, which I still haven't started yet, so I'm planning to start that in 2023, and that is, I'll show you the mock-up of this one actually, because I've not shown it for a while. It is the supersized max colour version of Leonid Afromov's Night Cafe. And currently in preparation for this, I've also mentioned about my floss. because I've got so many large pieces, I didn't want to have each one of them kitted up separately because I'm duplicating a lot of thread. So if you've seen my Amy Stewart piece, you'll know that I kitted that one up because I've got the DMC cones from my kitting days, which I'm still using up. So what I do is I cut off what I need and then I put them onto one of these, which is plastic, you know, reusable thread card. You just put a couple of stickers on and I'll just put the numbers down and put in some thread. What I'm aiming to do is have a full master set of these rather than several sets of full coverage kitted up, and you know, just sort of because I can keep all of those in one box, and so the aim is to have a box of thread and a box of projects, so that, you know, I'll just be able to pick up the full coverage fabric and then just open the box and there's the thread, and I know that I've got all of the thread I need because I only stitch in one area in this house. If I do decide, you know, to take a project away, then I have got some sort of backups, you know, some other thread cards that I can use to, you know, just quickly pull a few threads. You know, I wouldn't do an awful lot in any case, or just take a kit or a small kit or whatever. Anyway, that's by the by. So I plan on bringing that one into the rotation as well and starting that one, and I have planned to do the Night Cafe 2/1 tent stitch because it's like nearly 1,000,000 stitches, and that's a lot. Anyway, right, moving on to the main focus of this video. So I've selected the 10 kits out of my kit stash. Now, when I've looked through my stash this morning, I've tried to pick a nice variety, and you'll see what I mean as I go along. So some of them are black work, some of them are cross stitch, some have got different coloured fabrics, some have got even weave, some have got Ada, some of them are cartoon, some of them are real life. So, you know, just sort of going through. So the first one that is going to go in is my Realist kit. Now, if you remember, I won this one in 2021 with World of Cross Stitching, and it is called Dog Show. It is stitched on 14 count white Ada, and I think it's standard cotton for this one, not their normal, because normally they have that it's like a very thin wool, but this one isn't. It's standard cotton floss. So that's one. These are in no particular order. The next one is this one that I think Andy bought me this one. Either that or I. Did you buy me this one, or did I get it free from my points at work?
Yes, I bought you that one.
Anyway, so this one is a cityscape of London. You can see the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben. But it's obviously looks quite large, but it's not full coverage because it's on dark blue. It's going to be on navy blue Ada. So this one is doesn't tell me what fabric it is. I can't see the fabric. I would presume these are 14 count. This one, navy blue 14 count Ada. Now this is also a glow in the dark, so some of this skyline, I think, so like the back stitching will glow in the dark, so I'm quite keen to start that one. The next one is one that I've had in my stash for quite some time, and the packaging actually shows it. It really does. And this one is Classic Embroidery by Angela Beasley, Counted Cross Stitch Kit of Yorkshire. Now, I live in Yorkshire, and this has got some sort of main touristy areas, I suppose. You've got, for example, Beverley Minster, Castle Howard, Leeds Civic Hall, Ripon Cathedral, you know, and so on and so forth. There's lots of little individual places there that are points of interest in Yorkshire. This one is stitched on, it's an even weave, and I think it's a 28 count, and it's like a cream colour, like an ecru cream coloured sort of Ada. So that is that one. Now the next one I've got, you see some of these kits I have had for literally years and never touched them. This one is an Anchor counted cross stitch kit. It's called Fairy Princess, and this one it's very cute. It's a little ballerina and a frog, and it's only done in sort of 3 or 4 colours. It's a very sort of like a silhouette design. It's an Anchor kit, and it is stitched on 16 count cream Ada. So I'll just show you that front again. It's all like a monochrome, isn't it? That's the word I'm looking for, monochrome. So that is that. So the next one, number 5, I think, is number 5. Yeah, number 5. It's not a cross stitch. This one is a black work. It's a Derwent watered design, and it's called Bridge Street, and it's one of a triptych. I've got the other 2. This is stitched on again 16 count cream Ada, and as you can see it's a village theme, which is rather nice. So again, that one I shall quite look forward to doing that, and it's very topical since I live with the village idiot, isn't it? So there we go. So the next one is another Anchor kit. It is a Me to You Tatty Teddy counted cross stitch kit. So it's before DMC took over the franchise, I suppose, for this one. And this one is called Shower of Hearts. Excuse me. Not a big one. I used to be able to do like a Tatty Ted kit in about 4 days. This one will be done on 14 count white Ada. And again, it's another kit that I've had in my stash for a long time. It came from Hobbycraft. It was 10 quid. And as you know, if you're a fan of Tatty Ted's, DMC's had the franchise for these for quite some time now. So that's that. Okay, so the next one I got, now I bought this a couple of years ago on my way home from work one day. Popped into, when we were working in the office, so it's definitely more than, how long have I been working from home now? Is it 2 years?
Yeah.
Nearly 3?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 2020 we started working from home, wasn't it? It's 2023 next year, so it's nearly 3 years. It's more than 3 years old, and this one is a Margaret Sherry kit, and Margaret Sherry was obviously a really wonderful designer who did some most gorgeous cats and other little animals, the hedgehogs and so on. So this one is a special that I picked up in a newsagent's called Christmas Cuties, and there is a cat on a toboggan with is it a couple of mices on top? Yeah, mices on the top. And there's also a little bonus card kit in this piece, in this kit as well. So almost 2 for 1 on this. And it is stitched on 14 count Ada. So yeah, not done a Margaret Sherry in a long time, so quite looking forward to that. Next one is covering 2 months. So this has got 2 kits inside of it, and it will cover 2 months. Again, it's something I picked up from a newsagent, but this one I picked up on a day in the office, and it's flower fairies. So there are 2 different flower fairies in this kit, and these will be stitched on 14 count Ada, so 1 month and 1 another. What are they called? Primrose and heliotrope fairies. So presumably this one's Primrose because she's yellow, and heliotrope. So yeah, I have a friend of mine who loves flower fairies, so she might end up with one of these once it's done. But yeah, so I thought I'd get those out. And then last but not least, this is by far the largest one. This is, again, an old one that I got from Hobbycraft a number of years ago. I did one of these previously. I'd done the red kite. This one is Eagle in Flight. And it's a fancy range. I think it's Heritage. Is it Heritage Crafts? Yes, Heritage Crafts. And I mean, look at that beautiful, majestic eagle. See, got it on sale in Hobbycraft, reduced down to half price. So, who loves a bargain? Again, it's the one I've had for a while. I've had it sat in my stash and I've not done it. This one is on 14 count Ada, I believe. Let's have a look. I think it's 14. I cannot actually see. Oh yes, 14 count. It's right there in front of me, and here's me saying I can't see it. Yeah, so that was on 14 count. But like I said, this is the biggest one. And believe it or not, for a design like that, I don't see any backstitch in it. There might be a bit. I mean, I've got plenty enough with all of the other ones, all right, because pretty much all of them are full of backstitch. So that's my choices from my stash. Now I know I've got Mirabilias, I've got Mirabilia and Nora, which I haven't included. That's because I haven't got all of the necessary speciality stuff for those. So I thought I'd just give those a hold off. I've also said that what I'll try and aim to do is, I don't know if you can sort of see here, but this box underneath, and this box are all filled with cover kits from cross stitching magazines. So I also would like to try and get 1, maybe 2 a month of those done as well, if I can, because they take up space, you know, and I want them to be finished. The idea is to use up some of my kits and, you know, get some progress done on the patterns that I bought, the kits that I bought because I love them, and I've never done anything with them. So that's the, you know, the idea behind it. So let me know what you think in the comments below. As I said, what I'll do is a random picker wheel for each one, and post it on my Instagram. I'll probably post it in the community tab on here as well. But let me know what you think, and does any of them strike out as your favourite? Have you got any of these yourself? Have you done any of them yourself? You know, do let me know. Let's sort of start a conversation around these pieces. But that's all from me for now. I will be back on Tuesday with my regular Flosstube. Yes, regular Flosstube this week. And I've got a bit to share because me and Andy have actually been away, and I've got some progress to share on my existing stuff as well. So that is all from me for now, but thank you very much indeed for watching, for coming back, for subscribing, for doing all of the things. It truly is much appreciated. I also want to thank Sharon as well for the comments regarding the lots of adverts coming up in the videos. If you do notice I've got a lot, by all means flag them up. YouTube, if I publish your videos literally straight away, I don't know what YouTube are putting in there. So, you know, but I can always sort of go back in and knock some out. It's not a problem. The last thing I want is for people not to be watching my videos because there's, you know, an advert every 5 minutes or whatever it is. The idea is now I'm over 1,000 subscribers. My channel is now monetized, so it will bring in some money for me to put back into this craft to share with you guys. So it's like a circle. So the advertising revenue is very important, but I don't want it to detract from what I'm doing. So yeah, just let me know, and if there's anything broke, I'll fix it. So I will see you all on Tuesday. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Take care, happy stitching, have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.